Good day to you all. Just wanted to start a stream and decided to have open lines. Don't know if anybody will be showing up, but just in case, I thought I'd have some little fun and just start a new stream. So I hope anyone who comes, I hope you like what's going on. I hope your day is going well. So far for me, everything is going fairly well. It's been a quiet day so far, which really, considering it is the 4th of July, is rather surprising because most of the time by now there would be a lot of fireworks going on. So, uh, but I am expecting more tonight, which means, yay, won't be getting much sleep. But that's life. Ah, good morning, Jeff Franklin. How are you? And Resolute Germ, good morning. Let me pop this link in the chat. And I'll head back over to StreamYard. Hi, Donald Meyer. Good morning to you. Anyone is welcome, of course. This is, as it said in the description, open lines. Now, you will note I said StreamYard, not StreamYard, as someone I know says, but, hey, not naming names. And how are you, Donald Myers? I figured someone would be streaming today. Since I saw Bert on earlier, I figured somebody would be on. So I've just been waiting, looking, not seeing anything. So I thought, why not? Just start something myself. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're not the only one that thought somebody would be on today. I was just looking. I didn't want to step on anyone's toes, so I thought, I won't get on. And then I kept waiting and looking, and it's like, nobody's on. Well, time for me to start a stream. I know that Bird will be on later doing his, yeah, yeah, brain fart, Independence Day movie. Is there anybody? Do you know if there's anybody special that's supposed to be on with him, or is it just a normal thing? Because I haven't. Yes, Cinema Saturday. Okay, good. He will have a panel. That's good to hear. Um, Hopefully somebody good. Hasn't said who. Well, let's see here. As I said, hopefully somebody good because some of the panels are actually good. Some are kind of, not so much. I'll be honest. Some. I will say this: there are some panels that tend to be a little more vocal and talk more than they should. Don't think he has anyone planned. That's good. 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Bird of Prey 5. And you are more than welcome to come up if you would like. By the way, I liked your stream earlier. A little short, but I liked it. Well, okay. Since it's LDG's idea, you got to have pickles on the stream. And you can always use the mute button, you know. Oh, by the way, wow, I appreciate that. I would be honored to, Bird. Oh, I'm sure DJ's around somewhere. Well, I'll be damned. This is the first time I put out a link and nobody has decided to come on. That's oh good. If AT has to work, then it'll be a quiet stream where people can actually talk. Sorry, AT, love you, but you do have a big mouth sometimes. And I find it funny. On his streams, he tends to be quieter, but when he comes on other people's streams, it's like I can't be on the panel because it's like, oh my god, my ears hurt. We'll see. Well, that's true. It is the holiday, so he might not have to work. I'll just have to turn my master volume down to less painful level. And Street, hello, how are you? Great 4th of July would be seeing Kuroga freed from the evil dictator Bird of Prey 5. Okay, Resolute Germ, you said you just need to know how to handle big mouths like AT and LDG. How would you handle them? And you're more than welcome to come on the panel and say, you know, I'm in the StreamYard area. How okay, see, Bird can do that. I mean, being as it's his stream, he can actually speak over everyone else. And Jeff Franklin, see, there's always the option to mute somebody, but unfortunately, how do I say this? Bird is usually too nice. Now, if Mamo Prey had control over it, she'd mute his ass. She'd tell him, be quiet or I'll mute you. He'd keep going. She'd mute him. In which case, I would probably need an extra pain pill just from the laughter. We're already over 7 minutes into this stream and nobody's come on the panel. Wow. I'm just shocked. Oh, Mama Prey would not have to demand respect. She commands respect just by her mere presence. Ah, and we have Brady Specs McCoy. Good morning.
Good morning, Cap.
And how are you this morning?
I'm hanging in there. How are you, Cap?
Well, I'm on the new medication, and so far, other than needing a little extra sleep, it has eased the pain somewhat. So,
Well, I'm glad for that. I know you go through a lot of pain.
and that's the thing. I don't like to talk about it because it's like
Okay.
nothing can be. Well, I mean, it's not that. It's just that you know, it's like okay, great, you're in pain. Yeah, I know. I don't want people to get tired of it. So it's like okay, I don't talk about it. And then I have other people yelling at me saying, "You never put out your link."
Well, you asked for somebody to come up, so I'm here,
And I'm glad
and
you did. Thank you.
I'm glad I came up. And I'm surprised Bird hasn't come up
I
yet.
know.
He's usually very quick to come up on these streams. Maybe he's in a situation where he can't come up right now.
More than likely, he is either uh, busy with something or something's going on at the house. You know. Um, and I am. So, what do you have planned for the 4th?
I really don't have anything planned. They canceled the fireworks here, and I'm in a prime position where I don't have to go anywhere to see them, but they've canceled them. They just canceled them the other day. They were planning still to have them, but the governor of the state, he has put more strict rules on gatherings outside, and I think they decided because of that they would cancel the fireworks, which is kind of disappointing, but
Well, and not only that, I mean, you wouldn't have to be. I mean, you can see the things from a distance. It's not
Mhm.
like you have to be right there um, to enjoy them. So,
Exactly right, and you don't have to get out of your car either. You could,
no,
just park your car, or if you have to drive closer and just watch it from your car.
exactly. Or even if they wanted to, you know, have nobody there, just basically say nobody show up. We're going to live stream it on this website.
Oh,
Go here and watch.
yeah, that's not quite the same because
It's not the same.
you're not feeling, the impact in the air from them.
You're not
It just
smelling the
doesn't
gun
convey.
smoke. No, it doesn't.
Yes. Yeah. It's not the same environment.
No, it's not. No, I agree. But I don't know. I'm tired of the cancel everything.
Oh, I am too. I live in Texas, and we were one of the first to start opening things up. And I have to admit, the number of cases here has skyrocketed over the last, I would say, 3 or 4 weeks, and they've done a 180. Now they're not closing down stores or anything like that here, like they did back in April, but they are putting more strict rules on the number of people in stores, and as far as you have to wear a mask now if you're in public. And I didn't think I'd see that here, but they just instituted that a few days ago.
See, okay. Nobody's asked me my opinion. I'm going to say it anyhow.
Cap, what's your opinion on this?
Honestly, I think the U.S. was too slow to close down, and it should have been a quick and decisive action and close it down. Just shut everything the hell down. Have a specific time and then slowly reopen. But every state has had their own little decisions, and it's been chaos.
Well, and that's a bit of a problem the way that this country is set up, where you have the states have a lot of power over things that the federal government specifically doesn't.
Right.
So, if it's not explicitly stated in the Constitution, it's left to the states. So each state is doing things a little bit differently.
And I will admit, I do not support the opposition, but I do not support Trump. Never have. Don't like him. I think he's an idiot. I think Biden is a worse choice, but I think in this case there should have been an executive order to shut the fuck down.
I think Trump is a smart guy. I don't think he conveys his thoughts sometimes very well, and he will shoot his mouth off before he thinks.
Yes.
I think that's his main problems. I think most of his ideas are good. He just does not say them very well.
Them.
Yes.
He needs a good speechwriter and just stick to the speech.
Kind of like Obama.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I didn't like Obama's ideas, most of them.
There were some that were out there, and I'm going, what? But
I don't think we want to get too much into politics here, but
no. But yeah, that's one thing. It's just like sanity would be nice.
Yes. And Berta Prey says executive orders don't work like that. I don't think I mentioned executive orders, did I?
I think I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did. Well, Berta Prey, why don't you get up and explain them? You're more
come
than
on
welcome.
up. Come on up, Bird, if you can.
Or Mama Prey can. She's always welcome.
Thomas Potts is asking, don't work like how? So, yeah, Bird, you need to explain that a little more.
Hey, JPs, what's up?
Hey, JPs. What's going on? Thomas Potts says, I just came on. Oh, he just came on, so he doesn't know what we're talking about as far as executive orders, I think.
Yeah.
And JP says, just doing morning laundry.
Oh, I have to do that. I have to do that later because, yeah, needed to wash some clothes, but I hadn't been feeling up to it. But I'm going to have to actually do it today.
Yeah, I got another week to go before I really need to do any laundry. I mean, I suppose I could do it now, but next weekend will work just fine.
So, how are things at your work? I know you all were closed down pretty much before.
Yeah. Well, for those that don't know, I work at a public library, and right around March the 20th, we decided, I should say our director decided to close the library to public access. And we were shut down to the public for about 2 months, actually. We reopened about the same time in May as when we shut down in March. So it was about 2 months. We had our book returns shut down for about 3 weeks. And we used that time. We actually were still working. Everybody came in as normal. Some of us did do some work at home, but we took that time to clean up patron accounts, to kind of sanitize things. We did inventory, a lot of weeding of the collection, which was sorely needed, especially in our nonfiction area for adults. And, we just did a lot of things that we just didn't have the time to do while we were in normal operations, especially for those 3 weeks when we had nothing coming in or out.
Right.
After those 3 weeks of the book returns shut down, we reopened them. We started to accept materials again, and every item that is handled, that we know has been handled by the public, we're cleaning with an alcohol water mix to try to kill any germs. And after we opened the book returns, this was late April that we did that. We accepted returns, and then about a week or so after that, we started to have curbside pickup, where we would allow people to place holds for items, and then they would have to schedule a time to come down, and we would run out items to their car or their vehicle. They would, open either their trunk or the back window, and we would just kind of toss in their items for them.
Right.
And that lasted for about 2 weeks, and then we had a limited reopening. This was, I think, May 19th we reopened. It was the week before Memorial Day here in the United States. And we had reduced hours for a couple of weeks. We were open Monday through Friday only, between 9 and 5. And we did that for a couple of weeks, as I said. And now we're pretty much back to the same hours we had. We do close a half an hour earlier than we normally did before all this started. And we are using that half hour to sanitize the building, basically wipe down tables, chairs, benches, that sort of thing, tables, the equipment that people are using, the computers, the copier, the fax machine. And we're pretty much back to normal as far as that. Now, we do limit people to 1 visit per day. And they can come in for an hour for their 1 visit. Unless they're using one of our public computers, then they can be in for an hour and a half. We don't have any activities, which, our library, we had tons of activities, especially during the summer for kids. And that's really kind of a downer, because that was a big part of what we did. And so we have people coming in, and they'll try to sneak in 2-3 times a day. If we see them more than once, we know that they've been in more, we'll ask them to leave. We have people trying to stay beyond their time limits for their 1 visit, and we'll ask them to leave. And most of them are very cooperative. They will say, "Oh, I didn't realize that," or "Thank you for telling me," and they'll leave. Once in a while, we'll get somebody to say, "Well, there's hardly anybody around. Why do I have to leave?" And if it gets to that point, we'll say, "Well, we'll call the police and have you escorted out." But that's only happened a few times. Most people are very cooperative, and we're very thankful for that. And one of the big sticking points, at least for some of the staff, was that we could not mandate people wearing masks. Well, with the new order by the governor, now everyone has to wear masks, and I'm sure that the staff that were concerned about that are happy. And that brings up another point. One of the things we did at our desks is we put up what we call sneeze guards.
Right.
They're plexiglass, clear plexiglass, so there is kind of a barrier between us and the public, and we are limiting the use of the desk. We're asking people to use the self-checkout machines to check out their items if they're coming in to get them. If they have their library card, we're only allowing people to come up if they have to pay a fine, or maybe they forgot their library card and we have to look them up in the computer to check out their items, that sort of thing. So we are limiting our exposure, if you will, in that regard as well.
Right.
So there are changes, and I'm happy we're open to the public again. I think the library is a service that is used a lot in this city that I live in. And if you don't know, I live in San Angelo, Texas, and our library gets used tons. When I first moved here and started working at that library, I was just amazed by how much this community uses its public library, and that just delights me to no end. And we get people coming in all the time to get library cards, and they don't realize that their card had expired, and they come up and get it renewed. I mean, it's just a constant thing that we do, giving out new cards and renewing cards, and uh, seeing people come in and getting books, and lots of kids coming in, and it's just a delight to see people using the service.
Absolutely. I'm, you know, in some ways, I am surprised because I live in a small town now. I came from Kansas City, Missouri, um, and this small town, uh, their library is still relatively busy most of the time. Well, at least before this whole
Great,
shutdown thing.
great.
Which honestly surprised me because uh, I figured, oh, most people probably are doing other things, but it and it seems to be used by all ages, which I think is good, particularly the younger.
Oh yeah, I agree. Uh, we see all ages at our library too. We have our, our seniors come in quite a bit,
Hmm.
and one of the things they did here is they set up a senior citizen patron status so that if they are late returning items, they don't get fined, which I think is kind of a nice perk.
Yes.
And we see families come in, we see kids come in. And that's the one thing that I really hate about all this is they are not getting the activities that they had in past years, especially during the summer with our summer reading program. They are not getting those public activities that we offer, and hopefully that'll come back next year. I'm hoping all this will go away soon, and we can start resuming our activities. And we have activities not only for kids but for adults too. Computer classes, and we have movie time for our adult patrons, so they can come in and watch a movie and then talk about it. We have book reviews that the adults participate in.
Hmm.
And we have something called the STEAM room, which is just amazing. Um, you may have heard of STEM for the public schools,
Right.
science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Well, we have STEAM. We've added A in the acronym for art, and
Ah.
it's a room that people can come in if they have a library card, and they can get training on things like 3D printing. We have 2 3D printers down there. We have specialized computers that they can do video effects on. We have a green screen with several cameras set up so you can film things.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just amazing what we have down there. We have Cricut machines, we have laser cutters, uh, just amazing stuff down there, and it's something that I've not seen at other libraries. We got onto a special grant a few years ago and got all this equipment, and it's well used until all this hit, and now people have to set up an appointment to use the equipment, where before you could just come in if it was available, you could use it. But yeah, I just hope all this will go away, the COVID stuff, and we can go back to normal.
For some reason, I don't think Bird of Prey agrees with you.
Bird of Prey says arts, that's bullcrap. That defeats the entire purpose of STEM. Can you expand on that, Bird? No, Thomas, I did not say adult movies. I said adults coming in to watch movies. There's a difference.
Kind of like a uh, private screening versus a movie theater, not just. Why do these people go there?
Because they do. Thomas Potts also asked, is Jeff Mr. Atos?
Well, are there several of your clones around there, or just
No,
okay?
I'm not cloned like Birdo Prey is.
maybe we ought to clone Bird. That way, the
Well,
any health issues can be taken care of, and nobody would really notice.
we'll talk to AT. He thinks Bird is a clone. Clonopray 5.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Really, Bird. There are professors in universities with arts degrees, as well as other.
Bird of Prey 5 says science, technology, engineers, math, real. Useful degrees. Arts equals burger flippers. Now, I got a question for you, Bird. Answer this one. What you are doing on your YouTube channel, that is art. You're making a work of art on your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Are you a burger flipper?
Professors equal worthless. So if that's the case, and I would regard Bird of Prey 5 as more of a professor on YouTube, I guess that means he's worthless in his own opinion.
Wow, Bird. Wow. Wait till AT hears this. And good morning, LDG. Happy 4th of July to you.
Yes, happy 4th of July to you. Let me, so that you do not have to scroll up, I want to be nice.
Bird says, I'm spreading the word of Karoga.
Karoga equals what? Bullshit?
Yeah, it's funny because Karoga and Turkestan are kind of similar in that regard, aren't they?
Propaganda is propaganda.
That's very true. And LDG, if you'd like, come on up, join us.
Murder Prey 5 is too cowardly to join us, so we are more than welcome, LDG.
Bird says, I'm not saying artists are bad, it just doesn't mix with STEM. Well, I disagree. STEM is the idea of using technology, and you can use technology in art.
Absolutely. And there's something else I have to say, but I will not say it because I'm not going to get political. But no. Now I got LDG backstage. Good morning, LDG. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, LDG. Happy 4th.
Happy 4th, everybody. Hey, Captain Trick. Hey, Brainy. Hey, everybody.
Are you awake?
No, I'm awake. It's my coffee. I got to go get my coffee. My voice is a bit off. I was up Jedi Bill last night and kind of slept in. I missed that Bird stream. I'm sorry. And saw you were streaming, so I just figured I'd come on and say, hey, good morning, everybody.
Bird says he's out.
You're out. Wow. Aberjam. We're going to try our luck with Aberjam today. See what happens. Because normally if there's any more than one or two, it doesn't work. But we'll try it. Hello, Aberjam. Yeah. What's going on?
Oh, hey there, everybody. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy 4th of July and just remind you that when you're out there grilling the hog, to use the clear blue flame of propane.
Well, I understand that the pubs and such will be opening on coincidentally the 4th of July. So any plans on of anyone on going out to a pub tonight or today?
I don't know anything about no public houses. I'm gonna be out chasing those greasy old hogs out back and looking to slice up some nice pork chops for my 4th of July. Just me and Peg and Bobby and Luann. We're gonna have a merry old Independence Day, don't you know? And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Good.
Well-
Good.
Well, I hope you have fun with that, Aberjam.
Oh yes. And hey,
Thank you very much.
looks like I pissed off Murder Prey 5. Oh well.
No,
I-
I think he's getting ready because I think he forgot to get today's.
Oh, the movie?
In the movie, he doesn't have that ready. I bet.
Ah,
Yeah, I kind of sprung the idea on him out of nowhere. I think he was playing all day yesterday and whatnot.
yeah.
Well, I remember a few weeks ago he was on a stream before Cinema Saturday, and he said, "Oh, I forgot to do this work for Cinema Saturday," and it was like 2
Yeah.
hours before, but he got it done in time,
Yep.
and he was
Yeah.
still on the stream while he was doing it. So, I think he's a little upset.
No, I don't think he invited you onto the stream. I was reading earlier.
Well, that
I'm
was
sure he's
before.
not mad.
That was before.
Yeah, that was before we started talking about STEM and STEAM.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I literally just got on like 10 minutes ago, so my fault.
No, not your fault. You just
Maybe
didn't know.
you did piss him off. I
Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last. And good morning, Loki. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Loki.
Hello.
And we have Kronos Chiron.
Kronos Chiron. I don't know. I've heard it pronounced different ways, so
I don't think I've seen your name before.
I've seen him in other chats. I don't really. I've talked to him a few times, but
Well, welcome, Kronos Chiron or Chiron. Maybe you can tell us how you pronounce your name. You can do it phonetically in the Chiron.
Chiron.
Chiron. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ooh. So the madness is over. DJ's 48 craziness and 48 days of craziness and Jedi Bill's 50,000 over 5,000 hours of streaming is all done.
I hope so.
As far as I
Good.
know, Jedi said he's not going to do that ever again.
I don't think I could survive anymore.
Now, DJ did say something about hitting 1,000, maybe having a
If he hits
72 hour.
if he hits 1,000 before the end of this month, I don't remember how many hours he said he's going to do, so I'm not even going to guess.
Although you have LDG here saying he's going to do 7 days.
Yeah, that was. I just was joking around. I was well, maybe a little, but no, I was just joking around. There's no way.
Okay.
It's not even worth doing it.
I thought you're going to make do the world record.
But that's the thing. I would love to if I knew I could stay awake for 7 days. I just my own morals say if you have to fall asleep, it doesn't make it a
It doesn't count.
Not that it doesn't count. It's not. It's not a full stream. You're freaking sleeping. I mean, it's like even if you're sleeping on
I can
camera.
sleep
But I
for
don't know.
seven.
Wait a minute. No.
I can sleep
100
for 7 days, but that wouldn't be interesting.
Yeah,
Extreme.
if Loki, here's the thing. I like that. If I hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of the month, he'll do a face reveal. I can guarantee you one thing. I can guarantee you this. He would be wearing a mask.
Now, how would that be a face reveal?
Says you don't have to
Yeah.
cover the entire face.
Yeah, that's effectively like head reveal.
And I seriously doubt, and no disrespect, Loki, I don't think you're going to hit 100,000 anytime soon.
Yeah. no way.
That's why he's saying he'll do it if he does before the end of this month, because it's safe.
And Loki says no mask.
And again,
No makeup.
Got to put all these qualifiers on.
Yeah,
No mask, no makeup.
Bare skin, face showing, with no nothing, absolutely nothing, pure birthday suit face.
maybe, I had an idea. I know Bird of Prey 5 talks with, what's his face? Does the Inquisition with Doomcock. Maybe he ought to
Ned
contact.
Gary.
Yeah, him. Maybe Bird of Prey 5 or somebody else ought to contact him about promoting Loki. And then others can contact Doomcock about promoting Loki, so we can try to get it up to over 100,000 subscribers before the end of this month and have a face reveal.
Well, I think he should do like a collab with Brie Larson, because then millions of people would like say, "Hey, I think he's awesome." Because he's awesome. I think it's so fun.
I love your vocal pattern, Aberjam. It's just wonderful.
Oh, I mean my total.
Oh yes, Valley Girl.
Well, I'm glad you're doing whatever. I mean, it's just like whatever.
Well, you can always do a super chat over there. Then he has to read it out. I don't go to the streams, and number one, I don't have the money. So
JP says, nope, I'm going for a 100-hour stream next.
really, and when's this?
Yeah, when is that, JP's?
100 hours, insane. I can do like a 5-minute stream on Refill Bladder, but I don't think I can manage 100 hours.
I'm sorry, and I can't do anymore.
You can't do anymore.
I almost didn't make it through last night, and then the last hour, I get asked to do a outro. Oh, I'm like, an hour. I'm like, oh my god, dude, I'm like so dead tired. I don't know what it was.
By the way, that was quite impressive. Thank you.
I didn't see it.
That.
Yes, I did.
I literally threw that together. The guy's like, usually I like to come up with creative ideas, but then out of nowhere, he's like, yo, LDG, yo, buddy, I want an intro. I want an outro, a celebration video. Bucky and the Terminator. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, those mixed together. And I'm like, wait a second. I got to go outside and have a stove. I got to get my creative juices flowing. And I was able to put something together. So it came out okay. I actually kind of liked it.
I liked it.
Thank you.
I'm picky, and I liked it.
Hopefully, I cut it apart. I'm hoping, Jedi, if you're there, most likely you're sleeping. I'll check with them later, see if it got a content match. I hope it didn't. But if it did, it did. It's fine.
JP's answered. He says, when hell freezes over.
Cool. Mr. CCTV is in the back, and here we go.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Mr. CCDB.
Man,
Merry 4th.
I slept right through my alarm. Morning Blend was exactly 1 minute and 50 seconds, and I just finished it. I figured I'd come over here and hang out.
See, I didn't even get a notification, so
I didn't wait a second. I didn't either.
Yeah, I never went live. I slept through my alarm, so I'm an hour and a half late. I figured I'd just go on and apologize to everybody for being late and then cut the stream.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I just got it now.
gotta love YouTube notifications.
So, yeah, again, this morning, Morning blend was 1 minute and 50 seconds long. Considering I stayed up with Jedi Bill for the entire 50-hour freaking stream, I might as well have myself an early morning blend and call it a day.
Yeah. Where's the time go? Feels like I just got here. Time to go back to bed.
Oh, he sent me a message this morning at 3:30, so he was still awake at 3:30.
Damn.
That son of a bee put up another stream as a joke. Did you see
Did
that
he?
last night?
No,
Like,
I went
right when
right
he-
to bed.
Yeah, so did I, but I had my laptop, whatever. Like to have something on while I'm going to bed, and I click, and then Jedi Bill's still live. I'm like, nah, this has got to be a cachet. Like it's lying to me, right? I click on it, and the guy's like, good morning, happy birthday day or something. I'm like, son of a bee. I click it,
Huh.
and there he is smiling at the screen, and he's like, I'm just joking. And he can't, I guess he wasn't tired. He stopped the stream. I'm like, dude, you're about to like have people wanting to hurt you. Get to bed.
Yeah, about 2 hours after that live stream ended, he sent me a Discord message. I just got it because I just woke up. Literally, I slept through the alarm. This is the first time I've slept 6 hours straight in a very long time, so I'm not sad about missing morning blend. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But
I'm
he
just
sent
glad
me.
you got sleep finally.
Yeah. Me too. I should have slept a long time ago. Where'd Aberjam go?
I don't know.
Unfortunately, with his phone, he gets cut off sometimes, and
Well, he is in Kuroga.
Well, there's your problem.
There's your problem. And he's in prison too, so cut him some slack.
Okay, no worries. But
His Kurogan prisons.
yeah, he sent me a Discord message this morning that said that the numbers don't add up and it was an epic failed. And I'm just done with that shit.
The
you know what?
the numbers.
I did the math. He was awake for 53 hours, or no, 51 hours and 15 minutes. And I mean, we missed an hour Thursday after that nightmare with that woman. And
Yes.
so
Even
though he lost an hour there, he still made 50 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't know
see you
how
later,
he's doing his,
Aberjam.
don't know how he's doing his math,
Aberjam.
but see you later, Aberjam.
Later, Aberjam.
I don't know how he's doing his math, but he sent me a message that said he had failed because the numbers don't add up. So I give up.
I mean, I'm sorry. It was kind of unique at first. It's like, oh, okay, we're going to do a 24-hour stream. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh, we're going to do a 48-hour stream. Oh, God. Oh, now we're going to do a 50-hour stream. No more, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah. I thought it was cool when I pulled a 24 out of nowhere, but I mean that was honestly like I didn't even that was completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, when you go for 8 hours and you don't even realize that you've been on for 8 hours, then it's fun and it's funny. But when you're planning
it,
48 hours and 50 hours and 72 goddamn hours and shit like that, stop fucking around, guys.
Well,
it really is not healthy to do that.
No, it isn't.
I can see why DJ did what he did. He was celebrating 500 subs. He also had an event going on where he had an exclusive with Mamo Prey.
Right.
First time on screen without an avatar. So, he had some things planned. He had reasons for doing it.
Right. And it was a one-time thing.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm going to ask everybody to spread the word. Please, no more of these super streams.
That's what I've been saying, and I tried to talk Bill out of it. But
it just sounds like a Me Too type thing. I'm going to do it too.
And the only reason I stayed up with him the entire 50 hours was because, that stupidity on Thursday morning. I mean, seriously, I would not have stayed up with him. And now he sends me a message that said it was an epic fail. You know what? I'm done with this shit. If he wants to do 74,000 hours, he can do it himself. I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm not babysitting that man.
Well, the reason I stayed on so much yesterday, and I was on for, I don't know, 12 hours or something, 14 hours, is because of what happened that morning. I felt he needed somebody there, and I think that's why Yosef was on for so long.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, seriously, I was planning on sleeping.
Well, okay, I understand. I can't remember. Carlos Sharon, I think that's what he said. Watch time is yeah, I get that, but the problem is people aren't actually tuning in for 48 hours. They're not going from stream to stream. They're, on it for some, and then they go to something else. So the watch time really doesn't count when people aren't watching for extreme periods.
Right. If you're not getting 48 hours of somebody watching your stream, what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, if you're now, it would be a whole nother story if you had, more than 30 people minimum watching the whole time. And I think DJ hit that.
Yeah.
I was nobody. Like when I did mine, it was out of nowhere. I was nobody at the time, but even I held, I think my average was 10 to 15
right.
up until when Bird got on. Then I was like strong in the double digits, so like 20 something, 21, 22, I think it was. Because Bird helped me out, but I was nobody. DJ had like 30 something people. And at the end, I mean, he was hitting triple digit views on every single one of his, you know what I mean? So that was cool. That was real cool.
And planning it to end on a Friday night is, okay.
Yeah, that was 4th of July.
We ended up, I think, well, I know there were about 12 of us at the end there.
Yeah.
I ended up waking up and getting on because it's like, oh, thank God it's ending.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, I came on, I sang along with everybody else, and thank God the timer, went down, and it went off well. Thank you again.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, Jedi Bill ended the stream.
He got 95 views, 134 views. So at least he's breaking 156 views.
Yeah. Kronos Chiron in the chat says it's bad for your system. He knows of a girl who went 40 hours on Diablo 3 on a stream and ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. That's not good for the body at all.
No.
And I do know that Jedi did take some naps. I don't know how much it helped him, but
not much. He wasn't.
That's another thing too. And I think, I was like, if we're gonna do it, like, let's not abuse it, make it feel cheap and it's 52 hours, 54 hours, 75 hours. It's we're just gonna kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, make a big deal about it. You break 500, you break 1,000, or even better, like I said, maybe we do some kind of, like 6-man one, like just 24 hours, where like 6 people stay up, like all 6 of us stay up for 24 hours. Nobody sleeps, no breaks, So make a thing out of it, not just make it so cheap. And
if I had my choice, I wouldn't even do that.
No.
And at this point, I don't know if it's my modem router or if it's my network adapter, but I keep losing signal every 20 minutes or so. So,
well, you said your other devices are also disconnecting, so I don't think it's your computer specifically.
I think it may be my network adapter. I'm not sure.
Oh, if everything's shutting off, you said everything was shutting off.
Well,
Like
it did that. It did that one time yesterday. Everything in the house shut off, but most of the time it's just my computer. So I think it may be my network adapter. I'll run a Cat6 cable and see if that'll work.
There you go.
And if that works, that's fine. If it doesn't, well, who cares? I ain't doing no damn 24-hour stream, LDG.
No, I'm dude. I don't even want to hear 24-hour stream.
No,
for a while. At least I'm on a break, man.
I'm done with these marathon streams. You know.
Yeah. Oh my.
Hell, I might even be done with Insomniac Soup. Who the hell knows? I'll find out Monday night if I feel better or not.
I wouldn't even think about it till then.
Yeah, Insomniac Soup, great idea. Hope you keep doing it. But I hope Jedi doesn't get all drunk happy about this.
I don't know. We'll find out after he wakes up. Hopefully he actually went to sleep.
Well, he keeps saying it's a failure. It was a failure. He didn't do the hours he said he was going to.
Or was he just saying it to you, like as in like he was just you know how Jedi gets sometimes.
That was a private Discord message, and I did the math. He did 50 hours.
Yeah, I'm sure he was just trying to crack a joke the way Jedi cracks a joke.
I hope that's the case, because if he's really mad and if he really thinks that I failed him, I'm not sure I could handle that.
Yeah, no, man.
Well, no. It's his show. He's ultimately responsible for its success or its failure. Correct. He should not be blaming you.
Well, I agree with you, and I hope that's the case. So, because I stayed up with that son of a bitch the entire goddamn time.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did it, quite honestly. I really don't.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, props to you.
Well, it was military training, to be perfectly honest with you. I know I told the story before. I stayed up 56 hours straight once just as a joke. It doesn't mean I want to do it. Doesn't mean I think it's a good idea. But if a friend of mine is going to try and kill himself, I'll be there. You know? It's not...
No, see, my thing is, it's like, okay, if he wants to do it, there need to be several people who are able to come on as backup. But nobody should be on with him the entire time. That's insanity.
Yeah, and I knew I could take a break at any point. I mean, we had, Brainy there and a couple of other people, but I wasn't sure that I could leave him alone, especially with that woman who kept coming by.
Yeah.
I mean, I lurked too. I lurked just to make sure to keep an eye on him.
Well, you were on quite a bit, LDG.
Yeah, but like I said, when I wasn't on, I was still keeping an eye on it, even like during AT and whatnot. If I was doing my work, I kept an eye on him because I was like, there were times where I was like, he was laying down, taking a nap, and I'm just like, dude, if I see this crazy woman like come back on the screen and like try to do something with him, because he gave me his phone number and his address. So I kind of felt like I felt a little responsible. You know what I mean? Like, what if I need to use this? And then when that whole crazy crap woman, like I literally almost like used it. I almost end up calling the police and telling him his address and saying, get over there right now. Something's happening. You need to get over there right now, kind of thing.
I'm telling you, man, I when I got back from my appointment Thursday morning and I logged on and saw what was going on, I was like, oh shit, something happened. It took me almost the entire day to figure out what happened, but
yeah.
And I'm never gonna watch that stream because I can't stand watching crazy.
No, don't, dude. It's the Picard. It's the synth message. I'm telling you, you're gonna want to kill yourself if you try to listen to it.
You know, Kronos Chiron has an actual pretty good answer to that. If you get a guest every few hours instead of having just yourself or just one or another guest for long periods of time.
Right. That's
But-
what I was trying to say is, it has to be somebody who can come on for a few hours at a time, then somebody else come on.
None of us have enough subscribers. None of us have enough long-term co-hosts that we could do that with. I mean, if you and Rambling Canuck tried to do something like that, even that wouldn't make sense.
No.
I know you guys have a lot more subscribers than Jedi Bill and myself, but it's still not enough. You got to
No.
have, a 500 or 1,000 subscribers, someone who can take over for you while you're taking a break. And I mean,
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Okay.
I did that for Jedi Bill, but again, StreamYards isn't set up for a co-host system yet.
No.
So I was by myself for a couple of hours there yesterday, just trying to keep the stream going. So,
And I do wish StreamYard would have or give that ability to have somebody else as a co-host, so that there could be some control if something happened.
Exactly. I should be able to kick people out. I should be able to bring people up. But without that control, it's pointless to even have a co-host, except that, you and I are both co-hosts.
Right.
So we call ourselves co-hosts, but we don't actually have any ability to do anything if the actual host isn't there.
Yeah, exactly. And, one of the reasons I call myself a co-host on Canuck streams is because he has said to me before, I want you on as a co-host. And I said, okay, that's fine. In fact, that was his entire reason for starting the Enterprise reviews.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, I can't watch this alone. I can't watch it alone. I need you on as a co-host. Sure, count me in.
Yeah, that's pretty much how
Loki,
Jedi Bill and I started together.
Loki calls me a co-host on Thursday's stream. I'm basically just a guest, but
Yeah.
Daily you guys, this is a thing, daily co-hosts, where you have a different co-host on every day. Doesn't like Good Morning America do something like that, or you used to, or something?
Yeah.
Back when someone got fired or left. Hey guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my coffee. It's ready. I'll be right back.
Okay. And then there were two.
Yay!
And I seriously, I did this most of the day yesterday. It was just me and maybe someone else who was on the panel, but basically lurking.
Right.
Just happened to be lurking on the panel. So I had to come up with something to talk about for several hours yesterday. It got to the point where I'd tell some stories and I'd say, hey, now it's your turn to tell this story. Oh, okay. I went to the store once. Oh, okay. Well, let me tell another story. I'm going on for hours waiting for Jedi Bill to get back, and it's not something I want to do again. So
no, I'm surprised you were able to manage it personally.
Practice, man. 18 years of doing staff duty or charge of quarters or something like that. I can do 24 hours standing on my head. Doesn't mean I want to. I can do 48 hours in a heartbeat. I've done it before. Doesn't mean I want to. And I don't ever plan on staying up for over 50 hours again. That's just ridiculous. So
I'm sorry, you've got your health and your family to think about.
I really should have. I really should have taken a break at some point, but I felt responsible, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I got him to call 911 when Crazy showed up again. Tried to kick his door in.
Yeah, I was on for that. Ugh.
So, even though the police didn't keep her in custody or refer her to mental health, at the very least, she got away from the apartment. So I hope that gave her an idea of why she wasn't welcome there anymore. But who knows?
She thinks she's a time traveler.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've heard some of her crazy before. Yeah, Lori Roberts, you're right. You can't do a crazy long stream without content. And I asked him if he had planned, and he oh, I got this. Okay, sure. Okay, I'll be there, but I've only got so many stories, and I really do want to get them recorded in order.
Yeah.
But I told the stories that I had to get through the stream.
Well, you did what you had to do, or felt you had to do, I should say.
And
Yeah,
really,
as a partner and co-host, I really did feel like I had to do that. So,
but I think, you've made it clear you're not doing it again. And I think, honestly, if he feels he wants to do it, you've given him fair notice. You're not doing it.
yeah, and I said that multiple times yesterday too.
and you said that he had it, that he had it all planned out or had enough or whatever. He was pretty silent through a majority of it.
Yeah, I know. And that's one of the reasons I continue to be his co-host on Insomniac Soup, is because he really doesn't come up with topics. And I generally have to direct the guests that we have on, like, okay, so what is your opinion of this ship? It is nice that we get a couple of people, tech geeks who come on, or video game geeks who come on, and they start talking for a while. And I go, oh, I can sit back and relax for about an hour. These geeks are going to talk for a while. But
I realize you need other people to talk, but as the host, you need to guide the conversation.
Yeah, he's not all that good at it right now. I'm not sure that he ever will be good at it, but he's definitely not good at it now.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, LDG.
But again, that comes with experience, practice, and a little bit of talent.
Yes.
He's got the talent. He just doesn't know how to harness it. He doesn't know how to train himself to be a host. So I tend to do a lot of the hosting duties, and he runs StreamYards. That's basically what it boils down to. But we've had that conversation before too. I'm trying to read the chats and do everything else, and I go, well, that's why you have a co-host. I'm here. I got this.
Yeah, in a way, he's very lucky to have you. Yeah, I had to mute and get myself some coffee. Hopefully you got some LTG.
Hey now.
I tell you, one more bitchy Discord about this last stream, and I may just sever ties with him. I don't know. It's a good thing that damn fucking Discord notification didn't wake me up at 3:30. I would have been really furious.
It is what it is.
I mean, I feel bad about missing Morning Blend this morning. And ironically, I went live for only a minute and a half, and I had 3 viewers.
Well, when I first got up, I got up at like 10. And first thing I checked for was Morning Blend. And then I saw Bird. And I'm like, oh, crap, Bird stream. but then he stopped. So I guess he only, I don't know, I didn't remember how long it was, or I didn't look.
It was like
If you only-
38 minutes or something, I think.
30 minutes. That's it, really.
30, 40
And then-
minutes.
Yeah, so I saw that like 3 hours, like it said 3 hours ago, and then Captain was screaming. I didn't see morning blends. I'm like, you know what? I guess everybody's sleeping in. I slept. I mean, me waking up at 10 o'clock. That's late. That's me sleeping in. Like my
Yeah.
days go. Like I already had 5 messages. Yeah.
Yeah, I slept through my alarm. I was like, you know what? I don't give a shit. But
Yeah.
thank
If
you,
I-
Jitsi Lemons, for being one of the viewers of Morning Blend this morning.
If I sleep past 8 o'clock, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Usually I'm up before 7 and lots of days before 6. Oh, bless
Yeah.
you.
Well, I
Sorry.
went to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, and my eyes popped open at 7:30. That's pretty standard for me these days. But if they had popped open at 6, I'd probably still be on Morning Blend.
Yeah, I'm usually up around 5:30, 6 a.m. usually. But since I went to bed at like 4,
And
That wasn't gonna happen.
Captain Trek, I want to thank you again for Thursday morning getting someone to start a live stream so that everybody would leave Bill's channel so that he would know to stop the stream. I think that's really the only way it would have happened.
what?
Yeah, and LDG also started to stream, which is very good of him.
Yeah.
What? Wait, when?
When all that was going on Bill's channel, and
Thursday
then we
morning.
went
Oh.
over to Mr. CCDV's channel, and he didn't
Oh,
want us
yeah.
to talk about all that. You started
Oh.
a stream.
Yeah,
Right.
you're talking about when it all happened. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I refused.
Oh, yeah, I
to
needed a
talk
bomb
about it.
shelter. Yeah,
Yeah.
I created a bomb shelter room, dude, because I didn't want people getting cold on other people's stream. I know Mr. CCDV was not wanting that to happen. I felt it as soon as he said something. I'm like, okay, let me stream. Let me do a bomb shelter. If people want to talk about it, they have a place to go to.
And
And
people
then we
did
just-
want to talk about it, so it didn't hurt
Yeah.
my feelings one bit. I mean, yeah, if
Well, it
somebody
doesn't
wants
deserve to be
talk
on there.
about it, and
Yeah.
you have a place that's safe that
Yeah.
isn't going to get you demonetized or whatever the hell they call that shit.
Yeah,
Do it. That's what I say. If people really want to talk about it, and of course, gossip
Yeah.
travels faster than any other news in the world.
But- not only that, but
Ain't that the truth?
not only that, but I streamed his, like, we kept an eye on Jedi.
Yeah.
I streamed his stream. I'm like, I don't care what anyone says about streaming a stream right now. I need to keep an eye on this guy, and we can do it from a distance without, because he didn't have that much viewers really. Like, if any, I mean, he was losing subs. I was watching him
was.
losing subs.
Yeah, I think he was down to 85 at one point. We got him back up to 95 last night, which is pretty impressive, considering all the shit that went down over the last 2 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So we kept
Really,
an eye on
I'm
him.
Go LDG.
No. I just go ahead. You were
I'm
surprised?
really surprised the police didn't get back with him.
Because, dude, I'm sorry. As much as I think the police might be a good thing, dude, they're not as good as they're not. A lot of times, they're not as helpful or care as much as you. Do you realize during a certain date where a certain building fell, there was somebody on the phone with emergency services, and the emergency services lady was telling them, "Be calm. We're on our way." Nobody was on their way. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
literally was on the phone with emergency services up to the moment the building fell. And you literally heard the guy screaming for his life on the way down.
Oh my God.
And it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
And
well,
the guy's talking about his family and everything. And the lady on the phone is an absolute ditz moron lying to this guy during his last moments. I mean, I told you 3 stories of how I had to deal with the cops, and they were literally against me.
I recently had an experience with the police. and they didn't buy my story.
No, they have to question
Even
everything.
though it
They
was-
treat you.
Even
Like
though it
a
was
suspect.
completely the truth, what I was telling them.
Mhm.
I don't want to
Yep.
go into it right now, but
No, that's fine, dude. They don't. They lie out their ass, even when they think their whole. It's like negotiation, right? Like if you're robbing a bank or something, and the negotiator has to gain your trust, so you know he's just bullshitting. That's what I feel like when I speak to the police. All the time. Matter of fact, when I used to work at KFC, we got robbed at gunpoint. We were being robbed at gunpoint. I had a gun stuck in my face, literally point blank, looking down the barrel of a gun. It was one of those moments where I told God, this is it. Please make me a hot chicken, a bird, or a bird in my next life. Literally saying my last words. At the moment where the two guys screwed up, I ran as fast as I could, and I'm a big guy, so that's like slow.
Mhm.
And I ran across to Wendy's and got that and slammed on, and I'm literally slamming on their because they were closed. You know, we're all closed up. Everyone's closed past 10 o'clock. Everyone's doing their, we're in the middle of doing our cleaning and wiping the floors and doing the dishwashes and counting the money and all that stuff. So Wendy's was doing the same thing. I run over there. Luckily, the guy didn't shoot me from a long distance. Banged on the drive-through window. I said, guys, call the cops. We're being robbed. We're being robbed. And I'm sitting out there in the front. I'm like, I can't go back in there and try to save anybody. I had to sit there. I left a couple people there in order to run away to get someone to call the police for help.
Mhm.
Luckily, the police came, but the guys left. Right. So the guys literally, they knew I got away. They were like, crap, we got to go. They left. I tried to run behind them to get the license plate, but I couldn't. Didn't have a phone on me at the time. Police come, and then I tell them, yeah, okay, thanks, guys. So we're telling them our story, and I said, yeah, that's when I ran away, and I went to Wendy's, and I told them to call the cops. And the second I said that, the cops look at me funny. I'm like, what? Okay, you stay right there. Like, what? What would I do? I said, I'll be right back. The lady goes to Wendy's and talks to the manager.
Mhm.
The manager thought I was joking. The manager never called the police.
Oh, really? The
There was
manager
one of-
never called. Oh, wow.
Never called the police. They thought I was joking. I'm sitting here in a KFC uniform, pounding on their drive-through window, screaming, "Call the police! We're being robbed." Now, you know how you have freedom of speech, but you cannot go into like a public area and scream fire.
Right.
What happened to the reverse? What happened to being arrested if someone says I'm being robbed, or you know what I mean? If someone says you're being robbed, call the police. You call the effing police. There is no joking there. There's no I gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. No, there's none of that. You call the effing police, you son of a bitch. And then, but because of that, and because so basically what happened, I found out that the reason why the cops even came was because when they found out I ran away and they left, that's when what's his name hit the buzzer, and that's why they came, because this guy hit the buzzer as soon as they left, and not because I went over there and told him to call the police. But anyway, so my story is the cops came back at me. They treated me like a suspect because now my story was a lie.
Oh, yeah.
They thought I had something to do with it. And I'm like, what's wrong? He goes, they said they never called the police. I'm like, what? What? Are you effing kidding me? He goes, no, you're fine. You're fine. Just didn't make sense when you said that they called the police when we know for a fact it was the alarm. Because they knew they knew, I guess, it was the alarm call that they never got the call from Wendy's. So the next day I go over there and I tore Wendy's a new one, and I don't care because I said it right in front of a full lobby.
Yeah.
A full lobby. I went over there. I said, you sons of a bitches, if someone ever fucking comes and tells you to call the police for being robbed, you call the fucking police. Do you realize I had 3 people in my store with their life threatened? I had a gun pointed at me last night. I make it away. I get out of there because I wouldn't want anyone to get out of there. You know what I mean? If you can get out and get help, then go.
Yeah,
And there's nothing
absolutely.
scarier than knowing that guy, all he has to do is turn his arm 90 degrees and pull the trigger. And I ran, dude. I ran so fast. You don't even know how fast I fucking ran. Like I almost went back in time. That's how fast I fucking ran. I mean,
88 miles per hour.
and not only that, but knowing that I had to, because there was a clean shot like between the 2 buildings, and I'm like, okay, I know that this guy might not be, a sniper, but when I'm banging on the first door I can bang, I'm still within view, like easily, still within view of these people,
Right.
and so I banged, so I called the call, and then I ran to the other side. I ran out of the way, and got behind the side of the building. But I thought I was joking, and the cops turned on me for a moment and thought I had something to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that I don't understand that. I mean,
Tell me about it.
I can understand if the Wendy's employee or manager had said, we got somebody that came over and said that KFC is being robbed. So they're not phoning in a false report. They're reporting on the information they have available to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing would have been on them if I was lying.
a false report. Right.
It would have been me. Yeah.
So, I mean, that would have been an easy way to cover their own ass. It's like somebody's outside our window saying that KFC is being robbed.
Yeah. I'm sitting here thank you, Kronos. I'm sitting here now I don't know if anybody ever worked at KFC, but by the end of the day, when you're cleaning up, not only are you not in a uniform, but you're not in a clean uniform.
Right.
Like I literally have dirt on me, grease. Like you can tell I've worked there all day. I'm in a bright red effing name tag still on, pants wearing, uniform. Not just some rando.
Mm-hmm. It's like, come on, enough. When did this happen, by the way?
And I should have sued. I should have sued, man. I should have done something because I was wrong. Dude, that was back in 2005 ish, 2004, 2005. Actually, wait, it might have been 2002. Yeah, somewhere between there, give or take a couple of years.
Give me a few minutes, guys. I gotta feed and water the dogs.
No problem.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was, and this is what cracked me up about the police. This is what really fucking pisses me off about the cops. I know who robbed it.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was trying to tell them the accomplice was one of the people working there that was working with us. He was the guy who opened up the back door for them. And I'm trying to tell them this while the guy is in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's there pretending to be, one of us. And I'm trying to tell them, and they didn't do jack squat. Then I told the manager the next day, I said, yo, your own cook robbed your fucking store. Your other cook was the accomplice. I don't know who the third guy was, the guy who was with the cook. I don't know who that guy was because there was 2 of them plus the guy who opened up the door. And I know for a fact. And I even told the management, and all they did was fire the guy. Seriously. And they fired all the people related, even the guy who opened up the door. They all got terminated. No jail time, no justice, no this bullshit. Just sorry, don't come back. You're terminated. And then word got out. that I was the one who told on that guy.
Mhm.
But luckily, okay, it's a little complicated, but there are circles, and the circle that he was in and the circle that I was in had a circle that was part of both circles, and I literally had someone save me and said, "No, you're not touching LD. No, you done fucked up. You're not touching LD. You're not touching him." And thank God that happened. I might be a nerd, but at that particular time, I was in a few circles I shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But luckily, that was fine because he did find out eventually, and I was being threatened, and then people were talking, and luckily that worked out. And he had my back because he told me, he goes, "LD, what's this I'm hearing?" I'm like, "What?" And he told me what happened. I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." He goes, "Well, this guy was literally going to come and like kick your ass." And I'm like, "Well, bring it, whatever. I don't care. I don't give a fucking care anymore." He goes, No, I took care of it." So I was like, "Thank you. Appreciate it."
Yeah.
Anywho, very, very fun time. Very, very fun time. Glad I got out of that. And after KFC is when I started getting into like Kinko's and, better jobs.
Right.
That was the last time I worked at a fast food place. Still had to deal with some other being in certain relationships, but that's a story for another day. But cops, you can't trust them, man. You really can't. I'm sorry. As much as I would love to. Like I said, I had a cop once pull me over for riding my bike to work.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Real.
I believe you.
I know you believe. I know you believe me. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you meant.
Well, I actually was speeding on my bicycle one time when I got pulled over, so I guess it's not always nonsense.
Dude, no, this guy had no. I think the only reason he pulled me over is because I had a backpack on. But see, some people are actually responsible, and they actually carry things like their lunch and stuff in your backpack.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Rather than drugs.
Yeah, exactly. But no, don't get me wrong. I mean, I see drug dealers all the time, and I laugh my ass off when cops are just driving right by. I'm like, how the fuck do you stop the innocent people? Then the guilty motherfuckers that are standing out plain as day, and you're walking right past them.
They never have enough on them to make a good conviction. That's all it is.
You had enough to stop me riding my bike to work.
That's because you could fit a lot more in a backpack than you can in a pocket.
No. I mean people with backpacks. Like plain as day means plain as day.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I've seen them. Yes. I've seen them straight as day walk past officers and cop cars, whatnot, and not be stopped whatsoever. But yeah, because I think what it is I think it's those people know how to act nonchalant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, innocent people, you get that. What's that word? Give me a second. You reek of not fear. What's the word that means apprehension? Like people, even innocent people feel apprehension, and the cops like smell that. So I think that's why innocent people get pulled over when the people that know they're doing something wrong, they can pull it off all nonchalant, confident, not make any, double looks or anything like that. And the cops just don't pick up on it.
And I do want to address what JP said, stop hating on cops. The problem is not the police in general, but the bad cops. And unfortunately, these people are put in a position of power that they abuse. And I think that's one thing, I'm not against, I'm not one of those saying, disband the police. I'm totally against it. I do think it is time, however, to clean house and weed out the bad ones. Get them out of the position of power. We don't need them. Keep the good ones. Get rid of the bad ones.
JP's, here's my thoughts. In any profession, you're going to have bad people.
Yeah.
And in the police department, unfortunately, they are in a position of power, unlike most professions. And sometimes they abuse that power. I'll say this, probably more than 85, maybe even 90% of the cops are good cops. But then you have that small percentage that do abuse the power. And that's something that has to be dealt with. And I am pro-police.
Mhm.
Believe me, I'm pro-police. I believe we need them. They need to be well-funded. They need to be well-trained. We need the police.
Agreed.
I recently, as I mentioned, had a bad experience with the police and wasn't put in jail or anything like that. But it was basically a situation where it was he said, she said type thing, and they believed she instead of me. But and I was telling the absolute truth on the matter. And I had an issue with the police last year as well, where I had a situation where something bad happened to me and the police did nothing. So these things happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
But privatizing a police force isn't going to do any good.
No.
Just like Rambling Canuck said, you end up with security guards who are doing policing, and that's not good for anybody. There's a couple of townships in the United States that have done that already, and crime is down. No, it's really not. You're just not reporting the numbers the same way the police department did.
Yeah, I mean, and no one's hating on the police, even if I made it sound like I'm hating on police. No, even though I don't want to call them police, I'm not. I'm for public protection, like that. The police is there to serve and protect, not charge and commit, or what's the word I'm thinking of. And I think the numbers are a little bit skewed on that. I'm sorry, but I think it's more than 10%. I think there are a lot more bad cops out there, but bad people doing their jobs is like what he was saying. Because there are people working at fast food right now that have no right serving you food right now. You know what I mean? What they're doing at their job is horrible, and making people sick on purpose. People, short tipping people out there. The police department's no different, and that's what really pisses me off, because even the good cops are doing bad things. I'm sitting there and watching a good cop, and he's trying to do a police stop, and all he's doing is just tagging every car that goes by. And I don't know if you know, in Florida, you can't do that. An officer has to observe you going faster, then tag you, not sit there and just tag every single one of you. You know what I mean? Like they're these little. They're not out there to protect you. They're out there to trip you the second you do something wrong.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that's really pissing me off.
Yeah.
And this whole lying to you thing, when a cop asks you a question, let me tell you something. Unless you're an innocent little child or female, for the most part, that question is a loaded weapon for them. They're not asking because they want to get information from you. They're most likely asking to get you to say something. And I think that's bullshit. There's no trust between. I have lost all trust with any officer. So an officer comes to me, I'll be yes, sir. I'll be polite. I'll do the whole 9 yards. But the second my bullshit meter goes off, I shut off. I shut up. Now you can't let them know that you know that they know, but that's another game I don't even like playing. But you cannot be forthcoming with information with officers, because they're most likely finding ways. And Brainy, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying right now, because it sounds like you were in this situation that the cops were there for you, and you feel like you're the one under fucking suspicion.
Yeah.
And it happens more. I can count on, most of the times I've had an issue with police, I've had so many more times negative, very few times positive. Very few times do I meet an officer. Like one time I did. No, I'm sorry. In the last 10 years, I can think of 2 positive police encounters where I had complete respect and they did a great job. They did exactly what I can count 2 good times. I can count like 10 bad times.
Well, until recently, I've really not had any experience with police. I've never had a traffic ticket, never been pulled over, never even had a parking ticket in my life, and I'm 49. But gotten into some bad situations with people the last couple of years where police did get involved, and 2 out of the 3 times were not good experiences.
It's so funny that we're talking about it because now I'm just having memories kick in. I had time when I was going to have a couple drinks once, and I was pulling up, and a cop pulled behind me right where I was turning my, you know how you okay, so you're going into a bar. That last turn that gets you off the main road onto the side road that gets you into the parking lot, right?
Right.
So the cop saw me right at that. I was making that last turn off the main International Drive, and he starts following me. And I was like, okay, you never know, because right, you never know. It's coincidence that the cop's either following you or did he actually mean to take a right turn right then and there?
Yeah.
So I'm pulling in. I pull into the parking lot, and he's still behind me. He flashes his lights. I park. I get out. I'm like, "Hi, how you doing? How can I help you, sir?" And just like that, I'm talking to a customer at a restaurant. I'm like, "Hi, sir. How can I do? What can I do for you, sir?" He goes, "Is you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, sir. I'm fine. What can I do for you, sir?" He's looking at me like trying to see if I'm slipping up or something. He goes, "Where are you going?" "So I'm going to have a couple of drinks, sir. May I help you?" I keep saying, "How may I help you? How may I help you?" You know, because and he's like, well, you kind of sped up over there. I'm like, "I'm sorry, sir. Did I break the law? Please give me a ticket." And then I caught him off guard when I said that. He's like, "You've been drinking?" I'm like, "No, sir. I'm going to have a couple drinks right now. I'm sorry if I sped up. I don't remember doing it. I'm not one to break the law. But yeah, if I did, go ahead and give me a ticket so I can go inside, please." "No, never mind. Just checking up on you. Just be safe." And I like how, you know, cops can come at you saying the right things to throw you off, but when they're leaving, that's when they fuck up. That's when they reveal that they had no right even talking to you. You know, because they can't come off correctly. You know what I mean? Just like when I got pulled over by the cop with the bicycle. He was all aggressive and all saying the things he would say to intimidate me and everything. But the second I said, "Dude, either arrest me, impound my bike, or give me a ticket. I got to go to work, sir." He looked at me, and then all of a sudden he's like just stuttering. Here you go. And just turned around, didn't even say anything, just turned around, walked in his car, and drove off. He knew he had nothing, didn't apologize, didn't nothing, just unabruptly. First, you know, when he came to me, he's all talk, asking me questions, blah, 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 you know, all intimidation. And then when it came down the line and said, "Sir," and I literally told him, "Arrest me, impound my bicycle, or give me a ticket. I got to go to work, sir. I can't handle this bullshit." Because when he said, because I swear, when he told me, "Why don't you walk to work?" that was when my bullshit went off. And I even got so angry. I said, "What did you say to me?" And you don't say that to a cop. But I have issues, and you trigger me a certain way, and sometimes my mouth speaks faster. And I was like, "What did you say to me?" Like, oh, right now I know for a fact that he knows that I know that something fucked up is going on. And that's why I was like, "Here you go, you know, arrest me, impound my bike, or give me a ticket. What did I do, sir? So I need to go to work." Looked at me for a second, dead in the eye, gave me my license back, and just turned away, didn't say a word, and just drove away. When does a cop do that? Does that even sound like a cop?
No, he was looking for an excuse to go through your backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. No goodbye, no I'm sorry, no small talk. Just shut the hell up after I said that. Gave me my card, turned away, and walked away, got in his car, and rode off. Didn't even say a damn word.
I know I've told this story before, but I was coming out of my apartment when I moved back to LA after 5 years in the Army. I moved back to LA because my dad was dying and I wanted to be there.
Right.
So, bald head, white guy in South Central LA. I came out of my apartment one time, got in my pickup truck, and I was surrounded by 5 prowlers in an unmarked police car. And they all got out and pulled their weapons and pointed them at me. And I had a cigarette dangling from my lips. They said, "Step out of the vehicle." So I reached outside of the truck and opened it from the outside.
Right.
Held my hands up, turned around, and I said, "Can I put my cigarette out?" Seriously, I mean, my heart rate never even increased. I was just standing there going, "Can I put my cigarette out?" I was getting ready to go to my grandfather's house, Yeah, go ahead. Turns out there was a group of skinheads who had stolen a car earlier that day. And so they had looked for bald white guys with blue jeans and white shirts. I just happened to be wearing blue jeans and a white shirt that day.
Oh my! You might as well say looking for a human. Like how how does that narrow? Really, a white guy, bald head with t-shirts and jeans. How did you not just describe 30% of I mean,
well, in South Central LA, it's actually pretty rare for a bald white guy to be running around.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, but still. I mean, if you're not driving in the car, like if you were in the stolen car, it would be one thing. And this is another thing that pisses me off too. They got too much power. All they have to do is suspect something, and they can strip your life away, and that's just bullshit. And unless someone's dying, the police should not have the right to do that. You do not have the right to take someone's rights away over a stolen property, over small minutia. If someone's life is in danger, yes, detain people, hold their rights. But if it's over minutia crap, a stolen car is not enough to be taking somebody's rights away. Unless you have absolute reasonable suspicion, like you were driving the car in question.
Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't cuff me or anything like that. I just stood there and waited. One of the police officers from one of the prowlers had run off to see where the other guys had gone. And I swear I never even saw the other guys. Now, mind you, there was this one time that I was driving my truck through Watts, and I shouldn't have been there, but I did. And my aunt told me that if the 105 was ever, really badly crowded with traffic, I could just get off and take Imperial Highway. I was like, oh, okay. Even growing up in the area, I never took Imperial Highway all the way to the beach because it goes through Watts. I didn't know that at the time when I was driving through, but I pulled up to a stoplight, and on one side of me was a gang member, and on the other side of me was a white supremacist. I looked at the gang member, and he gave me a stink eye, and I looked over at the white supremacist, and he nodded. And I nodded, and I just kept driving. So I'm never taking Imperial Highway ever again.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's a good reason not to. So, I know I'm looking forward to Bird of Prey 5 stream later.
Oh yeah.
Anybody else got any other plans for the 4th of July?
This has been my plan for the 4th of July.
Yeah, dude, I don't even know. Maybe I'll do a stream if nobody else is streaming later.
Okay. Bird of Prey 5 is backstage. Speaking of the devil.
There he is.
Hello, world.
Hello, Bird.
Hi, Bird.
Hello. Sorry for leaving before I was getting
no problem.
watched. I had to get going.
No problem.
Bird loves us. He really
So-
does love us.
I just got back and I heard something about besides Bird, and that's when I came in. Was there
So-
something going on?
Oh no, we're
Oh.
yeah. I was
We're just talking
about
about plans for the rest of the day. I'm sorry, Cap.
I was just talking about plans for the rest of the day. I said I didn't really have anything planned except watching Bird
Oh,
later on. So that's what I'm looking forward to you streaming later. I'm sorry, when is that, by the way?
3
again.
p.m. Eastern.
3 p.m. Eastern. Good.
All right. That's cool.
That would be noon for me, right?
Didn't
Yeah.
AT say he was streaming
Yes.
today as well?
No, I thought he said he's not streaming today.
Oh, I thought he said he was.
Oh, maybe he. The way it sounded like I thought he said he wasn't streaming.
Oh,
But
I could be wrong.
I would make sense that he is if he's not working.
Yeah.
If he
Yeah.
has the day off. Although Saturdays he goes to church, so I don't.
Saturday nights, yeah. There's a lot
Yeah.
of churches that do Saturday night services.
Yeah.
So if
That
he
way-
streams, he'd have to be early.
That way he can do his crazy Sunday morning streams.
You okay?
And when I say crazy, I'm a very liberal Christian,
Oh,
even
Sassy's
though
running around the backyard.
Oh.
I label myself as a conservative Christian, but I'm fairly liberal when it comes to interpreting the Bible. But I got nothing on anti-tracker.
You think his interpretations are very liberal?
Oh no, he's extremely
sharing the screen,
conservative in his
Captain.
interpretations. That's the thing.
Let me. Okay. I gotta do this. Oh.
Sassy is looking at the gardener. Mama Pray is writing a check for him. The gardener is at the fence. Sassy's confused as why is this man standing here?
I always love that look.
She's
Yeah.
like, why am I alone? Why is this
Yeah.
guy looking at me?
What is this
like she-
stranger doing here?
Like she's making a decision whether or not to.
Whether or not to charge him.
Should I go over there and rip his balls off, or
There,
You
there's
stay on your
the-
side of the fence, guy,
yeah?
and I will be okay. But if you
see
take
that
one,
paw?
yeah,
see that paw?
she's ready to
She's ready.
pounce. If she has to. Well, we'll see when Mama Pray goes out. We won't see Mama Pray, but we'll see Sassy react once the side door opens.
How fast can Sassy get? Can she still get up to some speed? Because
I
that's like a
mean,
little effing torpedo if that came at me, man.
okay, Mama
Knock
Pray
you
went
down.
up. So I bet, yeah, there she goes.
Oh, there goes. Boom.
Yeah, because Mama Pray got out there, so now Sassy's gonna go.
Fire, fire, fire.
So I see those bricks along the fence. Is Sassy a digger?
Yeah, Sassy digs.
Oh, God.
That's to keep Sassy from digging under the fence.
Yeah. I
What
had
stops
that
her from
problem.
digging underneath the bricks?
Laziness, I assume.
It's
Actually,
a much longer dig.
Yeah, it is. It's a longer dig. She's never out there long enough to have time to get that far.
You got the Trump conundrum. You know what? That'd be hilarious. Somebody should do that.
Yeah, my
Photoshop
shepherd-
some bricks in front of the border wall. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
No tunnels now.
That'll fool the dog. No, my shepherds used to dig as well. I don't know.
I'll
why
be
they
right back.
don't
I
dig
just
here.
damn coffee.
Actually, Sassy's not a terrible digger. The dogs we had, the beagles we had before Sassy, well, one beagle, Rebel, which was the smaller of the two beagles. We have no idea how he managed to get out of that fence, but he could get out of the fence like Houdini. We weren't watching. Next thing we know, he's in a neighbor's yard or he's halfway down the street. To the point that Mom O'Prey put wires and tie downs and like zip tied the fence completely. Then we had a whole second layer of fencing put up. and you know, it barely contained him. We have no idea I can't imagine how he would have had to fit through. I don't think he could have jumped over the fence. No way. He had to have gone under somewhere. And
Well, don't tell my dogs, but they're definitely capable of jumping over the fence, but they choose not to. Good girls. I know I can put you out in the backyard. Thank you. Don't jump over the fence. I know you're capable. Please don't do it. Otherwise, I'll have to put up a bigger fence, and that costs money.
when the dogs, unfortunately, last 2 dogs passed, and we didn't need the extra fencing because honestly, it looked horrible. It was just zip tied. It's like kitty gates zip tied to the fence. So we threw them all out, and then a year later, we ended up with Sassy, and we were like, well, this time let's do it so it looks a little bit better, and the cinder blocks look a hell of a lot better than a bunch of plastic fences.
Oh yeah.
Zip tied to a metal gate. So and Sissopray put them down.
She ordered them.
She ordered them. She had them delivered to the front of the house, and we got a pallet of them. We had to get a whole pallet. Used about half a pallet to line the backyard, and then we gave the rest away to neighbors.
All right, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, I love going to the hardware store and saying, hey, load up a pallet of those bricks. They're like, can your truck handle it? Let me drive my truck up here and you'll see.
Well,
yeah,
these were
you're fine.
delivered. Yeah, Home Depot delivered them with the truck had like the little crane on it. Lowe's had the little truck with the crane on the back. They just boop boop. Oh no, he had a forklift right off the back of the truck.
Yeah, that's easiest.
Yeah.
That's easiest. But I
Like,
mean,
where
when
do
you're
you
short
want
on money and they're not delivering for free, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he argued with her about not wanting to put it on the grass because it would kill the grass. But she just said, just put them there. I mean, they were gone in a day, so there was no damage done.
Criminy, it's New York. The grass will grow back.
Yeah. Hey, JPs. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat now.
Oh yeah. I want to thank everybody for coming. I just saw that Cinnabon has been streaming.
Oh, Cinnabon streaming?
Yeah, he's streaming right now.
And I'm putting the link in the chat. I think I'm going to go ahead and head on over there myself. I want to thank everybody for coming. And if you like, please leave a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I want to thank everybody who's been on the panel and everyone who's been in chat. And you all have a great day. Happy 4th of July.
Happy
Thanks,
4th
Cap.
of July.
And happy
Take care,
4th,
everybody.
God bless.
Better.